You cannot become your best at anything until and unless you have a high self-esteem. So if you want to be a good speaker, or for that matter, if you want to be a good doctor, or maybe you want to be good at doing a small job at your home, it could be anything. So what you have to do is, first you have to believe that you can do it, and do it in a right way, or in a great way. So that is only possible until and unless you have a high or a positive self-esteem. So in order to tap your untapped potential, first start believing in yourself that you can do this, and there is no good reason why you can't do this.
Hi and welcome to another episode of the People Hum interview series. This is your host Anushka at People Hum. People Hum is an end-to-end one-view integrated human capital management automation platform, the winner of the 2019 Global Cody Award for HCM that is specifically built for crafted employee experiences and the future of work. We run the People Hum blog and video channel, which receives more than 400,000 visitors a year, and we also publish several interviews with well-known names globally every month. We have with us today Sohail Ahmed. Sohail is a modern philosopher and influencer, founder of Mentor My Way Inc., a sought-after speaker, business and life strategist, nutraceutical consultant, growth catalyst, author, and mentor. He speaks at various forums on motivation, social entrepreneurship, leadership and change, along with breakthrough future technologies and their impact on industries, society, and humanity. So his life journey has really been a roller coaster ride. His story is a story of great personal losses, failures, rejections, disgust, relationship challenge, suicidal tendency, but a bounce back every time, which has really inspired and motivated hundreds and thousands of people across the globe. Sohail works closely with organizations and individuals to align them with their vision and mission, along with helping them tap their untapped potential and for growth and transformation. He has trained, mentored, and coached people of all ages and professions. He runs a popular blog called Mentor My Way, which is inspiring and motivating people across the globe in more than 150 countries. Sohail is also the creator of 21 Sword and Pod, a motivational stories and inspirational pictures ebook, and Wow by Sohail series. With this, we can't be more thrilled to have him on Leader Some. Thank you so much, Sohail, for taking out the time, and welcome to People Hum.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be on this exciting series.
The pleasure is absolutely ours. So, diving right deep into the interview, the first question that I really had for you was, Sohail, can you just tell us a little bit about Mentor My Way and the great work that you do there?
See, basically, what we do at Mentor My Way is we help with the individuals and the organization. Basically, if we talk about individuals and organization, in organization also the main assets, what we can call is people. People are the main assets of an organization. So we help the individuals and organizations to tap the untapped potential of their assets, so that if we are able to help the people in untapping their potential, so they can reach greater heights in life. And when we talk about the organization, the people working in the organization, when they are self motivated, or when they feel good about themselves, so it ultimately it's going to help the organization in reaching the greater heights. So that is what basically we do in Mentor My Way. And the second thing what we focus, or personally what I feel more important, is to create a sense of hope in the other people. That is the basic thing which I feel that if each one of us can do whenever we get an opportunity to develop that a sense of hope in other person, so that can bring a tremendous change in the life of anybody who, yeah.
Wow, that is wonderful. And firstly, that's some great work you're doing there, instilling hope in people, especially during such uncertain COVID times. I think this is when people really need hope the most. And
Exactly.
it's wonderful how you're focusing on employee empowerment, right? So that it can lead to greater productivity and eventually organizational output.
Right.
Wow, that's great, Sohail. Thank you very much. So, going on to the second question that we had for you, you've previously been open in talking about your life journey. So, would you just mind sharing a few instances of that with us and our audience? I'm really sure they're going to inspire all of us.
Sure, sure, sure. See, basically, I was born in a middle class family, and our main focus of our parents were on the education. So I did my education from St. Joseph School, a convent school. Then my father got transferred. That was in UP, and then my father got transferred to Gujarat. So then we joined the Air Force School, like siblings and me, and I completed my schooling from the Air Force School. And when I was in class 12, so my father, he was a diabetic patient, and unfortunately his health was not well that time. And before 5 days of my class 12 result, he expired. So that was a great personal loss for me, because see what I feel, Anushka, is uh, a child is more close to his mother when he is in school, and but the moment when he is to step into the college life, that is the time when he gets to interact with his father, or to get some insights from him. But that was the time when I actually lost him. And but things went, uh, it was not that we were financially in a problem, but when you lose someone who is uh, a person who is always there to support you or to help you in any situation, so that was the thing which went missing. Uh, but then things went well. I After my 12th, I joined NIIT. I enrolled for their GNIIT program. Then after the first semester, I got 98% in that. So they offered me that, why don't you get into training? Why don't you teach the program for us? So I discussed this with my mom. So she told that the first important thing is your education. So you decide that if you think you are capable of doing both the things, then you can. The second option would be going for a job. So then I decided that, okay, I'll be taking up that job. So I got the first opportunity to train the officers and sailors of Indian Navy, the curriculum. So I started with that. So that is how my training journey started. Again, then I was with them for another 2 years with NIIT. Then I joined the Kendriya Vidyalaya. There I was teaching computer. So that was the time when I was teaching the technical skills. Then one day, that all was happening when I was in Jamnagar, Gujarat. So there was one advertisement of a call center thing. So, and I'm talking about this all was happening in year 2004, 2005. So at that time, call center was a new thing for us. So I thought that, okay, let's go, and I asked my friend that let's go to Rajkot. That was around 100 kilometers from Jamnagar. So I told them that let's go to Rajkot and attend this seminar. So I went with my friends, attended that seminar, and got to know about what call center are all about. Then they offered us a job. After that, they told that if you are interested in taking up a job in call center, so you can come to Ahmedabad, and there you can give the interview. So along with my friend, I said that, okay, let's go for this interview. And then we went, all our friends went there for the interview, and I was the only one who got selected for that job. So then I started my job in the call center, in international call center in Ahmedabad. And that was the time when my younger sister and my brother was also in the school. So they completed their studies. And see, our native is Delhi. The native place is Delhi. So after we lost our father, so since then, that time only everybody was telling that, why don't you come back to Delhi? This is a place where you have all the relatives and everything is there. So in 2006, finally we thought that, okay, let's move to Delhi now. So I and with our family shifted to Delhi. So again, once we were in Delhi, so I started working with Airtel. It was a national domestic call center. So working there for another 1.5 years. So Then what happened that Airtel sold their process, they outsourced their process to some other company. So again, I shifted to another international call center in Gurgaon. So while working there in Gurgaon for another 6 months or I think around 1 year. So one day I was sitting on my desk and my desk was like in front of that window. So my shift used to start at around 1 o'clock in the night, and it was till 10 o'clock in the morning. So one day I was thinking that this is not what I wanted to do. Actually, I can't uh, do this job for the whole my life sitting here in front of this desk. So I thought that I had that zeal of starting something of my own. So I thought that I'll be starting a call center training institute. So I got training for the voice and accent thing, and then I started a call center training institute. I thought of starting. So I decided that where should I start it? So when I calculated everything, the cost of setting up a center in Delhi, it was very high. So I thought that let's go back to Jamnagar. That was a place where I have spent almost 8 to 10 years of my life. So I started a call center training institute in Jamnagar. So this is like a lesson which I learned was that we should not take emotional decisions while starting a business. So that was an emotional decision to move to Jamnagar and start a call center training institute. So what happened was at that time some other institutes also started there. But then we realized that some challenges in running the business. The first challenge was that the we found that the mentality of the people there was the Gujarati people, they prefer doing a business instead of taking up a job. So that was the first challenge. And the other challenges we encountered, not only me as an entrepreneur, the other people those who started the call center at training institute, there was that the nearest call center was in Rajkot. That was around 100 kilometers away from Jamnagar. So people were not, the students were not willing to move to that place. So ultimately, what happened after running that center for around 8 months, 8 to 10 months? So we thought of that, let's wind up, because it was the cost, the fixed costs that we had to bear. It was every month we had to bear that cost, and we were not able to enroll that much students. So finally, we decided to close that institute, and I again moved back to Delhi. So once I was back in Delhi, so we thought of changing the business plan. And instead of shutting the operation, what we did was we started uh, taking up trainers on, uh, we were contacting the trainers, and we were taking up projects, and we were sending the trainers as per the requirement. So we were not hiring them as an employee, but we were having the database. So we changed the strategy, and that helped us in moving the business, the Momentum Highway thing. Then we were continuing doing that thing. So then I had that passion of speaking. So I thought of moving into speaking. So around in 2012, 13, so I started working on my speaking skills, and I projected myself, instead of projecting as a trainer, I started projecting myself as a speaker, motivational speaker. So slowly I started getting some assignments, and that is how that speaking thing came into existence. And now, by the grace of the Almighty, like I'm on the platform of national and international platforms of speakers. Like Speaking is one of the platforms which is started by Deepshika from India, and I am on another platform that is Speakers Hub of UK. So that is how I now I'm working as a life coach, as a mentor, and so I keep on mentoring the students on entrepreneurship also. So this is how things are going right now. So one thing which I can tell that people can take from this journey is that try to keep on learning new things. Don't try to uh, stop yourself with one thing, or just you are a mass of body, you can attract a lot of things. So try to give your energy and your potential in different things, and try to learn different things and enhance your skills. So that is one message which I would like to give to the people, those who are listening to this.
Wow, that is wonderful. I myself am so inspired by you, Sohail. That was a great life journey that you had, and how you started in a very micro level and now you're at such a macro level. That's just wonderful. And the progress and the growth you've made, I think it's something everyone should be inspired. And as you said, learning is a constant life process, right? There's no start and end point. It's a journey that we should all be in.
Right. And you should be always be excited about new things. Like I was excited about that call center thing. Because I was excited, I went to that interview, and another journey started from there. I was excited about starting something of my own. So that is how that entrepreneurial journey started. I was excited about transforming myself from a trainer to a speaker. So that is how another journey started. So keep on transforming yourself.
Absolutely. So it's all about having the excitement and the zeal in you and being curious to know more, right?
Right, right, right.
Great. Lovely, Sohail. That was a very lovely, long but very holistic response that you provided us with. It was great.
Yeah.
So, just a follow up question when we talk about growth and transformation, how according to you, can one really uncover their untapped potential?
See, now I'll give you here two perspectives. As an individual, how you can transform yourself. See, the first and the foremost thing is what. See, what I am doing right now is I'm working on some new things, and what I have discovered is that you cannot become your best at anything until and unless you have a high self-esteem. So if you want to be a good speaker, or for that matter, if you want to be a good doctor, or maybe you want to be good at doing a small job at your home, it could be anything. So what you have to do is first you have to believe that you can do it, and do it in a right way, or in a great way. So that is only possible until and unless you have a high or a positive self-esteem. So in order to tap your untapped potential, first start believing in yourself that you can do this, and there is no good reason why you can't do this. It is just the false beliefs which you have. And the other thing what you have to do is you have to break the boundaries which you have created unknowingly around yourself, and uh, you feel happy to live in that boundaries. You can call it your comfort zone. So until and unless you break your comfort zone, and the best way to do that is to ask yourself. So this is what I do. I have been doing it since last 20 years. I introspect. I ask myself that if you honestly start asking yourself questions, you will get honest answers. That is for sure. Because you are the only one person in this world who knows you better than anybody else. You can fool yourself, but when you try to question yourself, you will get the right answers, because you are the one who can give the best answers to yourself. So start asking questions to yourself that why I can't do this. If you are feeling that okay, this is something which I can't do, ask yourself why you can't do this. I'll give you an example of the self-esteem from my life. See, I have studied in the convent schools from class LKG to class 9, and the St. Joseph School. Then we moved to Jamnagar Air Force School, and when I got admitted in class 10th. So one day I was sitting in the class and I saw that the students were speaking in English, and I was having problem in speaking in English. Then I asked myself, what is the problem? Then I realized that I have been studying in a convent school from LKG to class 9, so my basics are clear. But the problem was that I was hesitating in speaking the language. Then what I did, I started practicing this. I started speaking that language, and what happened that in no time I was able to speak English. I was able to communicate in English with my colleagues, with my friends, with my classmates. So how it happened? If we just give it an thought, that I introspected myself, that what is the problem? Where is the problem? So I realized that the problem is only in my belief system that I can't speak. My basics were clear that I've been studying in convent from since class LKG to class 9. So everything is there with me. But the problem was to break that wall. So I introspected, broke that wall, and I was able to communicate. So this is how anything can be achieved. Just the thing is, you need to introspect yourself and try to give it a try, and you can achieve it.
Wow, very true. And that was a very valuable and enlightening response you provided us with. And completely agree with you on how it is just to introspect and you need to identify where your flaws are, how you can better improve yourself, and then be a better version of you, right? By, as you said, stepping
Exactly,
out of your comfort zone.
exactly. And Anushka, one more insight I would like to give as an individual, if you want to tap the untapped potential of someone else, so how that can be done? That is also very important. So the first thing is that the first and the foremost thing is what I told in the beginning also, that let that that idea or that hope, increase that hope in someone else's life. So that is one way you can do the magic, and the other way is the acknowledgement. Acknowledgement is the best tool to enhance the productivity and the quality of an individual. So if you start acknowledging that maybe it is a smallest of the task, if you start acknowledging those tasks, so you can see the magic or the wonders that the other person starts doing once he starts getting that acknowledgement. See, as an individual or as humans, what we need is uh, the sense of feeling important. So if you start acknowledging the task, and that can be done in any setting, be it home or be it an organization. If team leaders start acknowledging the things done by the teammates, so they can start seeing the wonders happening in their team. Or same thing can be done in a home setting. See, uh, if somebody, say for that example, if our children are doing something good, so if we acknowledge their work, so they'll be getting good at those things. So bring that hope in them and start acknowledging the things, and then you can create wonders in others' lives also. So that is, as an individual, you can also untap that tap the untapped potential of an individual.
Wow, that was wonderful. So you can not only help yourself and develop yourself, but you can also spread it by helping others, right?
Exactly.
So hope and acknowledgement. And I completely agree with you on how, as human beings, we always want some kind of validation and recognition in anything we do. So just providing
Exactly.
little a dose of encouragement or good words for the other person really means a lot, right?
Exactly.
Wow, that was a great response. I'm just really blown right now. There's so much positivity resonating from your end, Sohail. So, just going on to the next question, can you tell us a little bit about One Life and Wow by Sohail?
Wow by Suhail, if I had to describe that in one exam, in one line, is the crux of my learning of my life, or whatever I have learned. So I keep on writing the things which comes to my mind, and that is how I have created around uh, more than 500 quotes. So, so these are the crux of my learning from all those years, and I have created some ebooks also on these. Uh, Maybe I'll be sharing it with you so that you can share it with the users also. So, so Wow by Sahel is the crux of my learning. So whenever I come across anything, so I jot it down in a one liner or two liner, so that that can be used as a reference, or that can be used as a reference for my trainings also. So Wow by Sohail Sarthak, it is the words of wisdom by Sohail. That is the short form of Wow by Sohail quotes. So it's the crux of my learning. And One Life is a signature program which I'm creating right now. It is focusing on self-esteem. That will be launching once this COVID thing is over. So we'll be focusing on that more. So it will be focusing on all the three aspects like the personal, professional, and the spiritual being of an individual. And what I feel is self-esteem. If we can work on an individual's self-esteem, so he can excel in whatever he wants to do. He can be a good leader. He can be a person can be a good father or a good mother or a good teacher if we can help them in enhancing their self-esteem. So that is our primary focus to work on the self-esteem of an individual. So that we'll be doing, and but that is what we are doing also right now. So, but we'll be bringing it in the form of a more compact form in the form of a program so that that can be offered to the individuals and the organization later.
Wow, that's great. And that's some phenomenal work. If you said, based on your life experience, you have got 500 quotes and words of wisdom by Sohail. That's great. That's incredible. So here, just to kind of wrap this interview up, from those 500, do you have any one quote that best describes your feelings about the future of work, workplace, and you?
The best thing, like I'll be sharing with you two quotes which has got a great impact on my life. That is not what I had written actually. That are not Baubai Sohail quotes, but those are the quotes which I remember since I was maybe I was 9 or 10 years old. And how I remembered that was I visited one of my friends. So at that time there was these posters kind of thing was there, and on those posters these quotes were written. So they still I remember those quotes, and I feel that they are relevant in like 20 years back they were relevant, today also they are relevant, and 20 years from now again they'll be relevant. So the first quote is, give to the world the best you have and the best will come back to you. So that is what I feel right now. So whatever best you can give it to the world. And see, this universe is like whatever you give, the universe will give it back to you. So why to give some hatred? Why to give some negativity into the life of other people? Fill their life with positivity. Give the best you have in your life, and the best will come back to you. So that is what I personally believe. And the other quote is, those who can see the invisible can do the impossible. Those who can see the invisible can do the impossible. So start seeing the invisible which others can't see. So that is how you can create a vision for yourself. What is a vision? Vision is something which you see clearly. The others may not be able to see it at the current point. But if you can see it clearly, you can share your vision with others and help these people to get into your journey by understanding your vision. And the first quote which I said, that give to the world the best you have and the best will come back to you, is relevant in the current in organizations also. And see, the current situation is like we have come across this. It has almost been an year we had been facing this COVID time, and we have seen a lot of people doing some great jobs, great work during this COVID time. So that is what we have to do. Give to the world the best you have, and the best will come back to you in whichever way it comes. So it will come back to you.
Wow, that was lovely. I have goosebumps now. So, two relevant quotes. I think they will always stand relevant over time, right? It's never going.
Exactly.
Yeah, that was great, Sohail. I mean, that was such a lovely and positive and inspiring note to end the interview on. I couldn't have a better time interviewing you. I got so many fresh perspectives and really positive, and in fact, you kind of instilled hope in me. And there's just so much positivity. I'm blown right now.
My pleasure. My pleasure.
So thank you very much, Sohail. I really hope to do a second lap of this sometime in the future, and we will surely
Sure.
keep in touch. And you have a healthy and safe time ahead of you.
Same to you. Same to you, and all the people those who are watching us. Stay safe, stay healthy, and be positive. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you.